Hello and welcome to Hangtime at Home. This is episode 10. We're so excited that you decided to join us today. We're going to get things kicked off with fun games with Jake.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Fun Games with Jake video. Today we're going to play like a little hide and seek game type thing. So I got some objects over here. Alright, I got some things like a Rubik's Cube, I got AirPods case, I got some Purell, there's some scissors over here. Alright, so how this is going to work is I'm going to take one of those items and I'm going to hide them in the room around here, right? Don't worry, they'll be visible for you to see, so you can like, once I hide them, you won't be hidden under anything or anything like that, so you wouldn't be able to see them. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go hide them and then you have to find them, alright? I'll give you some time to look for them and then after that I'll show you where I hid it, okay? So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to hide is this Rubik's Cube, okay? So let's go. Alrighty then. Alright, I'll have you take a look. Go look for it. See if you can find it. Alright, I don't know if you were able to see it or not, but I hid the Rubik's Cube right behind this Hershey Kisses box over here, okay? So that's where that was hidden. Okay, we'll do the next one. Alright, we got this AirPods case, okay? So, I'm gonna go hide this, alright? We'll see if you can find it. Alright, take a look, see if you can find it. Alright, if you weren't able to find it, it was up here in the corner. I put it up top in the corner over there, on the shelf up there. Alright, so that's where that was hidden. Alright, next we're gonna do this pair of scissors right here, okay? So, you got a blue handle, alright. Here we go. Alright, let's see if you can find it, okay? Alright, if you weren't able to find it, right over here, where the blue scissors hidden, okay? We'll do one more now, one more. Alright, we got the Purell, okay? Let's see if you can find it. It's kind of small, so let's see if you can find it here. Alrighty then, get to looking. Alright. If you weren't able to find it, it's right behind this sunglasses case over there, alright? Might have been tough to see, sorry about that. If things were hard to see around here, I'm sorry about that, but did my best over here. I tried hiding some things for you guys and hope you had a lot of fun, alright? So I'll see you next week.
Hey kids, welcome to Hangtime at Home, Cooking with Christian, part 11. Part 10. Today we're going to start a fire and then we're going to make some s'mores. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start breaking apart these smaller sticks because that's what we're going to need for our fire. Second supply is a healthy dose of your local newspaper. And the last thing we need is a big piece of firewood. That is my fire. I got some dryer lint right here, and this is a perfect fire starter and something you can find around your house. So I'm gonna light this on fire and then put it in my fire pit. And here are a few safety tips. You should always build fires when you have an adult around, so you don't burn your house down. And another useful tip is I like to use a fire stick, poker stick, and it helps me just kind of maintain my fire. So we're gonna wait till the wood catches on fire and then we're gonna make some s'mores. Sometimes to get the right fire, it will take a little bit of time and patience. So in order to make fun s'mores, we're gonna make 3 different types of s'mores. We're gonna do one with M&M's, one with Hershey chocolate, and one with Reese's peanut butter cups. So the fire is burnt down and we got these nice white hot coals over here. And these are what are gonna give us the magical light brown marshmallow for our s'more. So I'm just gonna slowly turn it until all sides of the marshmallow are golden brown. Try not to burn it. Should be fairly quick. Okay, so the first one we're doing is one with Hershey's chocolate. 3 is the magic number. We're gonna place the marshmallow on the graham cracker. We're gonna put the other one on top. Smush it down just like that. Now for the Reese's peanut butter cup one. Sometimes if it doesn't work out too well, you can re-roast it and have a little baby marshmallow. That's the best one by far. And then last but not least, M&Ms.
Go ahead. What do you think?
Oh, this is fun. In closing, I just want to share one thing I've learned during quarantine, which is that we should always be thankful for what we are given in life, and we should never take anything for granted.
Nom, nom, nom. Hello, welcome back to Fitness with Mark. Today I want to share with you guys a little something that I've learned throughout this quarantine. Something that's been pointed out to me from God is that I have to appreciate what I have, because you never know when it's going to be gone. To praise the Lord for what you have, because at any moment it can be taken away. So remember to always be thankful and always be praising God. So for our first exercise today, if you guys have a chair or a table, I'm going to use my bench. These are body weight dips. And you're going to put your legs out here, and you're going to dip down. Make sure to get low, and explode up. Our next exercise is lunges. That works our triceps. Now we're going to work our legs. So when you lunge, make sure you're going to go here. You're going to come back to normal. Then you're going to hit the other leg here. Remember, a very great verse, Romans 5:8, God demonstrates his own love for us in this, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Remember, God loves you. God bless, and have a good week.
Hi, I'm Madison. So what I learned from the beginning of quarantine is that when God cancels almost all of my plans, then that probably means that he wants me to spend more time with him. So I learned that with all this free time, I can spend more time reading my Bible and watching videos about him. Today we're gonna do a science experiment. So you're gonna need a glass jar, a pencil, or you could use chopsticks, and a balloon, and you're gonna wanna blow the balloon so it's bigger than the diameter of the jar. And so you're gonna try to push the balloon in the jar, but it doesn't fit. So now you're gonna take your pencil and put it in the jar, and then take the balloon and put it in. And then you got it in. But then when you try to take it out, it doesn't come out. So you're gonna take your pencil and put it in again. And then It came out so easily. How do you think that happened? So, how come you can't get the balloon in the jar when there's nothing in it? But there is something in the jar. There's gas, and there's also gas in the balloon. And so, when you try to put it in, you can't get it in because then you're just adding extra pressure in the jar and you can't get it in. But the pencil, it leaves a little space for air to get out, so it's easier to push the balloon in. And then after you let out enough air and the balloon is inside of the jar, you still can't get it out because it's still filled with air. And then you put the pencil in again, then you're letting the air surrounding the balloon out, and then you can easily pull the balloon outside of the jar.
Hi Hangtime, this is drawing with Tegan. So first you're going to make a circle on your paper. And then with the ruler you're going to do it checkered. Make it checkered. And after you checkered the ball, then you checker the whole outside of the paper.
So while you're doing that, Keeks, can you tell everybody what you've been doing during quarantine?
I've been I don't know.
Rollerblading?
Yes, rollerblading. A lot. While you're checkering, you try to get them like a little less than an inch on each box. And then after you checker it, then you get your favorite color or whatever color you want, and then like make it like a real checkerboard and like checker it, and checker the ball to like, if this is green, then that means this is green and that's green, and all the corners are green. But if like this part's green, then the outside. So I'll start drawing. And once you are done with the ball, then we'll shade. So how you shade is you put this really dark around the ball, and then you just get lighter and lighter until it goes to nothing. So we're going to do that all the way around the ball. And use a pencil for this, no markers or anything. And this is what it should look like when it's done. I can shade it all.
Wow, look at how that ball pops out of the page. 3D art. Anything else you want to add, Keegan?
But if you want, You could put like the soccer sign in the middle, like the soccer ball, like a little one in there or something. Like about soccer maybe. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Liv. So another fun thing I found that you guys can do during quarantine is actually painting rocks. So the other day, I wanted to paint a canvas and I realized I didn't have any canvases and I couldn't go out to the store and buy one. So I went in my backyard and I found a bunch of rocks and they were actually super easy to paint. And it was something that, you know, I just had to adapt to my situation and I did that. So you can use paint pens, you can use paint, you can use crayons, I'm pretty sure you can use markers too. So that's just an easy way to kind of, you know, stay busy, something you can do. And it's a fun way, you know, take a little walk, find some rocks, and go back home and paint them. Something I learned during quarantine is definitely just to make the most out of your situation. There's nothing really that we can do besides kind of just stay home and stop the spread. And then once that's all over, you know, we can go back out and live our normal lives. But kind of just spend time with your family, talk to your friends on the phone, get your homework done, go for walks, take care of yourself, really. So yeah, that's just something I learned, and definitely just adjust your situation and make the best out of it because there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. Stay safe, wash your hands. I'll see you guys next week.
These are workouts with camper kits. So we're going to do jumping jacks. We're going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now then we're going to do push-ups. Can you do the push-ups? Yeah. And we're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Graham. Now we're going to do squats, Graham. Remember this one? We're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do mountain climbers. Can you go like that? We're just going to do this for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to do butterflies. We're going to hold it for 15 seconds. Okay? Remember, you push me down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we're going to do, and for our last one, we're going to do high knees. Like this. And this is all of workouts with camper kits. Bye. Bye. Did you say bye? Bye.
Next, we're going to be making a cookies and cream one. So for this, I used a tablespoon of oil, 3 tablespoons of milk, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of flour, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I use Thin Mints, but you could use sandwich cookies, you could use Oreos, you could use pretty much any cookie. You can use chocolate chip cookies maybe. I used 3 Thin Mints, but if you use Oreos, I would recommend using 2. And you just crush them up, put them in, and then mix it with a fork. Just mix it up. And it'll look super yummy. And then again, just throw it in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And if you wanted to make this one vegan, you could also just use almond milk. And there you go. Cookies and cream mug cake. I would recommend using a little bit of a bigger mug because mine exploded a little bit in the microwave. I believe this is an 8-ounce mug, so I would recommend probably using about a 10.
Hi guys, it's me, Piper, and it's so nice to be on all of your screens again. So today I just wanted to share with you guys what I've been doing during quarantine and what you guys can do. So what I've been doing basically is watching movies, spending time with my family, my pets, basically everything in my house that I could interact with, playing my part in the social distancing, and reading my Bible app. I think it's really cool that we have access to God's Word this easily, so if you have your device or a parent's device that you could download it on, I recommend downloading the Bible app. It's really fun, and you can like invite your friends to do like little devotions with you. It's just a really good way to keep your faith strong, and yeah, I encourage you all to pray every night and to just have a great rest of quarantine, and I will see you all as soon as I can. Okay, bye.
I have not much to offer you.
Today for our Bible lesson, we're going to be reading from the book of Luke. We're going to be using our kids' devotional Bible, which is the NIRV Reader's Version of the Bible. We'd love to have you follow along if you have a Bible at home. Luke 17:11 through 19 says, Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem. He traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into a village, 10 men met him. They had a skin disease. They were standing close by. And they called out in a loud voice, Jesus, Master, have pity on us. Jesus saw them and said, Go, show yourselves to the priests. While they were on their way, they were healed. When one of them saw that he was healed, he came back. He praised God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him. The man was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, Weren't all 10 healed? Where are the other 9? Didn't anyone else return and give praise to God except for this outsider? Then Jesus said to him, Get up and go. Your faith has healed you. Jesus was taking a trip. He was traveling along the border between Samaria and Galilee. And as he was going into the village, he was met by 10 people. Now we have to remember that this takes place a long time ago, and these 10 men were outside of the village because they had a skin disease. They had something that was contagious, and they were not allowed to be with everyone else. In a sense, we can kind of relate because they were kind of quarantined from everyone else. So the Bible tells us that when they saw Jesus, they called out to him. They must have heard about Jesus and the many amazing miracles that he had been doing. Everyone in the towns and villages at this point knew that Jesus was going around, he was healing sick people, he was teaching good things, he was telling the world about God's love. And it was an amazing thing. It was something that a lot of people had heard about. And these 10 men with the skin disease, they had heard about Jesus and they wanted Jesus to help them. So it says in the Bible that they called out to him. They said, Jesus, have pity on us, help us. We're in need. We're outside of the city. We're not allowed to be with our families. We want you to heal us. And the story is so awesome because it says that Jesus had pity on them. He said to them, Go, show yourselves to the priests. And right away, all 10 of them left. It says that while they were on their way to the priest, and the whole point of them going to the priest was that you had to go to the priest, who was like a pastor, and you had to show them that you were clean of a disease, that you were cleared so that you could go back into the village and be back with everyone. While they were on the way to meet the priest, it says that they were healed, and it was this wonderful miracle that Jesus did. Jesus allowed all 10 of these men to be healed. He allowed them all to have a second chance at their lives, to go and to see their families, to go and to be a part of the village again. And it was a wonderful, life-changing miracle for all of them. However, the Bible tells us that out of all 10, only one of the men came back and thanked Jesus for what he had done. Being thankful is the best way to live our lives, especially when we're going through hard times. I shared before about my gratitude journal. Gratitude is another word for being thankful, and for me it has helped so much over this past year to write down the things that I am thankful for. I'm actually on 1,087 different things that I have been able to write in my gratitude journal this year, because I found that no matter how hard the circumstances, there's always things to be thankful for. Even in the past 2 months that we've been in quarantine, there's been a lot of hard times. For me, there's been a lot of sad times. One of the things that I'm so sad about is missing Hangtime. I miss you guys so much. I miss getting to see you on Wednesdays after school. I miss picking you up at Eastport Elementary and Tuttle Avenue, getting to see your faces and being with our amazing team at Hangtime. But there's always things to be thankful for. I'm so thankful for Hangtime at home. I'm thankful for the internet and the ability that we have to keep connecting with you even though we're not able to be in person right now. And those are many times throughout my gratitude journal, I've written down that I am thankful for Hangtime at home. When we are thankful, it changes our perspectives. In some senses, it even changes our lives. In the story that we read today, it was really awesome. I'm not sure if you picked up on this, but at the end of the story, Jesus asked, weren't all 10 men healed? Where are the other 9? Did anyone else return and give praise to God except for this outsider? And that's an important thing to point out. If you've been in Hangtime, we've talked before about how back in Jesus' day, there were Jewish people and there were Samaritans, and they did not get along. They were rivals. It's almost like one was the Mets and one was the Yankees. They didn't like each other, they didn't value each other, and they did not get along. However, this man that came back to tell Jesus, who was a Jew, thank you, he was from the town of Samaria. He was a Samaritan, and he came back, and he was the only one who came back to tell Jesus that he was thankful. And the Bible tells us that Jesus said to him, get up and go, your faith has healed you. This man's life would be forever changed because he had gratitude, because he was thankful. And I know for us, hopefully our lives are going to be changed through, no matter what difficult things that we go through in life, no matter what hard times that we're going to encounter, we always have a choice to be thankful. And I want to keep encouraging you guys to be thankful. I've heard from some of you, and it's so amazing that you have started your own gratitude journals. All you need is a piece of paper. It'd be even better if you have a notebook. Now that school's out, you probably have plenty of them laying around. Go and get one of your school notebooks that isn't filled and just start writing. You can start with number 1. I started my journal, I think it was probably right at the beginning of January. Actually I started in December. Must have gotten this right before the new year. But again, I was able to start writing things that I was thankful for. 1, 2, 3. And a lot of times, again, we write simple, or when we think of being thankful, we think of, well, I'm thankful for my house, I'm thankful for my family. But the more you write, the more you think about the things that you have to be thankful for, the more specific you can get. I know for me, on this page alone, it says that I am thankful for talking to a friend. I'm thankful for my kids doing good things for other people. I'm thankful for Rite Aid. There's all kinds of amazing things that you can be thankful for. And again, it changes your perspectives and it has the potential to change your life.
Hi everyone. So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Victoria. I graduated from ESM. Woohoo! And then I went to Binghamton University, and currently I work at Stony Brook University Hospital in care management. So what I do is that I help patients discharge and go home and make sure that their transport's all set, make sure that they have the equipment that they need at home. My team and I will also work on patients who need to go to rehab. We'll talk to their insurance and make sure that they everything's all set for them to go. We also make sure it's all booked and everything. So that's pretty much what I do at the hospital. I still go into the hospital Monday to Saturday. And I work and I help these patients, and I'm so happy doing so. So my friend Laura, she asked me if I could say a few words and just talk to you guys about what I was going through and how God has worked through me. So when she told me, immediately the first verse that really popped into my head was 1 Corinthians 13:4. It says, love is patient and love is kind. So right now, for you guys are stuck at home with your siblings, with your needy dog or your parents, and you're probably losing a little patience, probably losing a little bit of your temper. So honestly, think about it like patience is something super important right now. And what's wrong with patience? Patience is a great thing to have, and that really, in a way, like, it shows your love. Like, you don't snap at your mom, you don't snap at your dad, don't snap at your brother. Just work on your patience. And also, love is kind. Right now, you don't realize it, but this pandemic has affected more people than you realize. Although maybe it hasn't affected your family personally, but you probably have friends who know someone who's affected, or knows of a friend that may be affected. And so just remember to be kind to one another and just be really mindful of what other people are going through. You never know what's happening around them and what's going on in their family. So just try to be more mindful of that and just be kind. In this crazy world we live in right now, there are a ton of things we cannot control. We cannot control what's happening around the world. We cannot control when a vaccine's going to be made. That's something completely out of our hands. However, our own character growth, our own personality is something that we can control. So while we have this idea of control, why don't we do it? Take it into our own hands, be a better, bigger and better person, and just be kind, be loving, and be patient. Just love one another. And that's just something that we've learned throughout all of Jesus' stories and Jesus' travels, and just God's word. It's just all about love and patience and kindness. So that's really what I wanted to tell you guys and share with you guys. Just be kind, be patient. There's a ton of people working for you in the hospital. They're here for you, they're helping you. All these first responders, they got you covered. You're very loved. And just remember, just stay safe and be kind.
What is your favorite part of quarantine?
My favorite part in the quarantine was going to the Club Wildlife Zoo and getting out of the house a little bit. Same thing.
What do you miss the most?
My friends. I miss the school, my friends. And this is my first year in Eastport Elementary.
What is one thing you've learned?
One thing I've learned is that it's better to stay healthy than to be around other people in this quarantine, because if you be around other people, you can easily get sick.
Peyton, what's the best thing that we've done as a family?
Play together.
Riley?
I think like when we did the ice cream cone s'mores was fun. Like anytime we would use the fire pit. Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Miss everyone.
So Karis, what's your favorite thing about quarantine?
That can make a tree house.
Tegan, what's your favorite thing about quarantine?
That I can rollerblade a lot more.
And what do you miss?
I miss having play dates with my friends.
What have you learned?
I've learned more spelling words, which I do not like.
And what's the best thing you've done with your family?
Built a tree house.
Auburn, what's your favorite part of quarantine?
Playing.
What do you miss most?
My friends at school.
And what have you learned?
How to ride a bike. Yeah. Yes.
And what's the best thing we've done as a family during quarantine?
Build a tree house.
What has been your favorite family memory during the quarantine?
Riding bikes.
Baking with my family.
Hey kids, thank you so much for tuning into Hangtime at Home. I have a few announcements for you. One, I hope you are working on your list of things to be thankful for, because that is something you can do to fill up time in quarantine. And I also want you to know that we have 5 weeks left at Hangtime at Home. And lastly, I want you to know that from the Hangtime community, we all love you and hope you have a great week.